So Tesla finally did their refresh of the Model S and Model X. So and it's you know what? I'm going to talk a little bit about it from a well, I'm a Model S owner. I own a 2017, late 2017 Model S 100D, not the P, the 100D. Welcome to the channel. For those of you guys who are new, I truly appreciate you guys coming by. Welcome. And for those of you guys who are not new, well, thank you so much for coming back to the channel. I was actually a little bit surprised that they released the refresh, and I think it's kind of a cool thing. It's great that they did, and I'm gonna kind of run this down. I'm gonna try and keep this as a short video as possible. Let me start by saying, as somebody who is a content creator, somebody who's a photographer, I love the aesthetics of the cars. They did a beautiful job. I am very happy they did not change the exterior of the car. I mean, they changed it, but very minor changes. The chrome delete is a good touch, and so the exterior overall, I think that it's great. The Model S and X have I'm just gonna call it a timeless, beautiful look. The shape of the cars are amazing. So by them not going to the point of changing everything dramatically, I am very happy with it. In fact, to the naked eye, it's really hard to tell the big differences. Now with that out of the way, I'm gonna go to the interior now and talk to you guys. As far as the interior goes, again, aesthetically, it is very pleasing. It's pleasing to the eyes. It looks like, as far as the room goes, the spaciousness, for somebody who again is a content creator and a photographer, it has a beautiful look. Aesthetically, Tesla did a wonderful job. I have to applaud them as far as the design aspect of it. So now let's talk functionally, and this is where everything completely changes. As I stated, I am a very proud Tesla owner. I love my Model S. It's a great car. And then now we're getting into that aspect of what happens when you're looking at it functionally. Functionally, there's some key changes that have been made. I'm not going to break down all of it in detail, but I kind of will give you a kind of hint at it of what I think about it, and then in the future videos I'm kind of going to break all of them down. But let's start with the very obvious thing, that yoke steering wheel. I'm telling you guys right now, that's going to be a problem for Tesla. I think it's a stupid move. And I'm sorry, Tesla, but it really is. There's going to be a lot of regulators that are going to have a lot against this. As far as functionality, again, it just doesn't make sense. Now there is talks about, I don't know 100% sure, but I am 98% sure that they will not be able to deliver this yoke steering wheel in all the areas. I'm pretty sure Canada is going to have a problem with it. That's where I am. And so those cars are going to come with a regular steering wheel. Nevertheless, I still hate the steering wheel, even though it's even for the regular aspect, just because of the controls. Which brings me to the next aspect of those controls. They took away the stalks, so you no longer have a signal stalk and a gear stalk, which is to put your car into PRND or turn left or right or anything like that. That's been out the window. They decided that they want to go into that futuristic look, very unrealistic. Once again, if you look at majority of the people who are going to be able to afford the prices of the Model S's, they're not going to be the younger generation. I mean, there are some young people out there who can afford it, but majority of those people are going to be the older generation, and these are people that have been driving for 30, 40, in some cases 50 years. Trust me, the stocks are something you really shouldn't touch. I'm sorry to say, I personally hate the fact that they removed the stocks. Again, I'm going to spend a little bit more time on the steering wheel and on the stocks. I'm going to make it into separate videos actually. So look forward to that. Feel free to subscribe, and if you hit the notification bell, you'll know when I release those videos. Overall, the other aspect that I'm happy to see it come to the Model S, which is the wireless charger. But the long-range wireless charger, as far as stats go, is like 3.2 seconds or 3.1 seconds. You put a wireless, you put your phone there and you punch that car, that phone is gonna go flying. So the way they put that, I think it's kind of, again, silly, but again, it under normal circumstances, it's going to be very functional. So I'm going to give them a pass on that. Then of course, you know, before I get to the screen, I'm going to talk about the fact that I did see that on the doors, they do have door slots now, basically where you can put stuff. I call it my garbage bin. In every other car, it's always been a garbage bin. It's that one spot you can throw a bunch of stuff in. I know it's supposed to be for bottles and stuff, but I used to use it for garbage. I actually missed that in my car because we don't have that in my car. So I'm happy to see that coming back. There is no more lever on the door. Now it's same as Model 3 and the Model Y. It's a little push button on your door. That's how you open the door. I'm okay with it. I don't, that again does not bother me too much. There is a regular override of that in case that doesn't work. So I'm happy with that door. I'm happy with the way they designed the door. Then obviously there's another aspect to this, which is very interesting. They did redesign the center console. The center console now, there's a lid there. I'm guessing that's where the coffee is going to be if you want to drink coffee. In other words, cup holders. The current Model S, I technically have 4 spots in the front, 2 in my armrest, which is, I never understood, but I do use that spot for other things, and I do like it actually. We don't have a lot of details about the center console there, so that's fine. It is what it is. Then one of the more interesting things that I have to talk about now is going to be that screen. So we have a horizontal 17-inch screen with a bezel screen as well, the one right behind the steering wheel. I am kudos for Tesla for listening to everybody saying we want that screen behind the steering wheel. That's a huge thing. I'm happy they left it in there. But the fact that they took the vertical screen and they ended up putting a horizontal screen, I know why they're doing it. If you're watching YouTube on it or Netflix or playing games on it, it's more what people are used to. It's basically like a 17-inch laptop. So, great. However, I don't like it. I personally would prefer the vertical screen. Again, that's my opinion though. A lot of people I know do like the horizontal screen, and kudos to them. This is my opinion. For me personally, I love that the current screen that we have, especially the one I have in my car. I never liked the Model 3 or the Model Y screens, and I really definitely was praying that they're not going to do this. However, they decided to go ahead with this. Great. You know what? I can't say anything bad about it. It is what it is. They kind of needed to do this. I understand that, but it will work. It's going to work. It's nothing horrible, I guess. In the back seat, one of the key things that really stood out to me is the most obvious one is they basically have a screen in the back now. I guess that has some uses. I don't know what uses exactly that's going to have. My guess is they're basically thinking about, kids, they can play games in the back or something along those lines. I think you'll be able to put, like the rear view camera or something so people can see in the back as well. Not that they would need it, because if you have it on your screen, they can still see it. But nevertheless, it's going to be functional for kids. However, it's a huge mistake, in my opinion, to put it into the console. By putting it into the console, you're forcing people to be looking down, especially kids, even adults. When people look down, if they have any sort of motion sickness, that's going to be a massive problem. On top of that, I really don't see any reason why they couldn't have put 2 screens, one on either seats, right? Behind me, for example, behind the passenger seat, have 2 of them up there, maybe have independent controls. I really don't think that would have been an issue for them to do that, but so I do have an issue with the way they did this little screen over there. It is what it is. Once again, at least they're trying to do something different. So there's that. However, there are 2 USB-C ports on the back as well, so that's great. In the center console, however, in the back, you do have a fold-down option, which looks like has 2 spots for wireless charging and the cup holders. You know what? That's actually not a bad idea. I'm okay with that, so kudos to them. Besides that, I'm looking more at the idea that the chairs looks like are going to be ventilated chairs, which also means it's going to be, all around heated seating, ventilated seating, more than likely a heated steering wheel. They really packed this car with a lot of features, which is great as far as, you know, each seat and just the way, I guess, the comfort aspect of it, except for the screen in the bottom, you know, in the bottom console. I don't like that, but nevertheless, it's not for me to like, it's for, you know, the rest of the consumers to like. So that brings me to my question: what's my overall standing on this? As far as what I'm seeing, it's, I would not trade my car in for that car at all. So that's not even a question. I know if somebody already, well, a few of you have asked me that on my Instagram account. The answer is absolutely not. No way, no how. I just don't think it's worth it. The price went up on top of that, and then of course the stats went up on this car. So now you do have a long range, a Plaid, and a Plaid Plus. Frankly, I think the only reason they did the Plaid and Plaid Plus is because they're paying excuse me, instead of having to pay for, you know, different badging, they can just basically pay for the same badge and just add a plus to it. It's, you know, long-term cost. Every penny counts in every company. At least they're being conscious when it comes to their budgets. So I'm honestly, that's my opinion. I think that's why they did that. That's just the way I look at it. With that being said, as far as the performance goes, you know what? Nothing new here. I mean, Teslas have all, especially the Model S's, they are, you know, the flagship car of Tesla. So I expected them to have great performance. From what I can tell, the car is a little bit wider, so better performance. You know, all those fun stuff. Realistically, I want to see when the actual cars come out, what is going to be in the cars. Range has always been great on when it comes to Tesla, so it's really no point for me to get into it. If you guys want to know more about it or my opinion on it, let me know in the comment section and we'll go from there. Let me know also what you guys think about the new Model S. Do you agree with me? This is more of a visual candy than it is of a genuine everyday casual real life vehicle, you know, something you use on an everyday basis. Is it functional or is it more of an eye candy? That's basically the question. All right, thank you so much for watching. This is my opinion. Again, you guys have the right to choose your own opinions. You're more than welcome to let me know in the comments. And like I said, I'll have videos coming out with me breaking down some of the options and letting you guys know in more detail why I said the, you know, things I said, why I don't like certain things and why I like some of the things. Thank you so much again for watching. You guys are the best. And with that being said, drive safe, everybody, and stay safe out there. Catch you on the next one. Bye.